Are you cold? See your teeth is shivering. When you're ready, tell me. You're cold. See all your body. You're dripping water on me. Oh, yeah, go. You're still going back inside, are you?
Yes, but
No.
I want ice cream.
You want ice cream in this cold? Where you go?
Let's just go now.
We should go now. Good. Hi guys. Welcome back. This is Saadatu. And this is Saadatu's Daily. Thanks for coming back to my channel. It's a lovely day today. I brought my son to the splash park. It's a bit hot today. So, just got me thinking of a lot of things, a lot of news we've been hearing from back home. And it gives me reasons to say thank God that we left Nigeria. Stop it. Reasons to say thank God we left Nigeria the time we left. This is not intended to bring down my country. No intentions. It's not intended to do that, but it's just obvious. It's just the reality on ground, you know.
Making videos.
So go and play there. You have 10 minutes.
I don't want to.
You don't want to? Oh, okay. So it's just the obvious thing, like what's happening in the country, you know, from the fuel increment, the price of fuel that has skyrocketed like times more than 100% from when we left. We left last year September, you know. We're thinking that was even the worst. We didn't know that in fact it could get worse than that, and it's still going to get worse, you know. It's not because, but it's what we know. Then security issue, the hardship, everything is just bad. Everything is just not working, you know. People, imagine you relocate and people are telling you congratulations for leaving your home country. They're telling you congratulations. You don't know what God has done for you. Is it supposed to be like that? And the country we're all running to, it's not as if they are better than us in terms of resources and all that. In fact, some of them will even have more human, natural resources than them. But how did they put it into good use, you know? There are a lot of things that have happened here that makes us question our existence in that Nigeria. Like, are we even human beings? Do we love ourselves? Our selfishness is too much. The level of corruption, bad leadership, it's just too much. That's what's causing everything. The issue of electricity, power. There is no time I call my parents. My mom and my dad, they live. Yes? Okay. What do you want? This guy no go allow me to do my video. Anytime I call my parents, you know, due to the time difference, I call them in the evening. They live alone, so once the inverter in the house dies off, they don't use generator. They don't use gen. So for personal reasons, they just have inverter. What? Where is it? What did you see?
It's lighting to you.
So whenever I call them, it's always in darkness. Imagine talking to your mom or your parents. Adeza, you told me to come here, now you're going.
I want to find something.
Look at him. He brought me to this part, and he's going back to the splash park. So imagine calling your parents and people you know, the only means of communication is WhatsApp call, and then You call them, is in darkness, you can't see them because of no light. Always no light, no light. Or you call somebody, you say, I've been calling you, didn't pick up, and my battery was down, no lights. You know, our generator in the night, our generator, na big one, the own generator for Nigeria. What kind of thing is that? No electricity. Then the only way that somebody can even, let me keep the phone here. No electricity, then the only way somebody can charge his phone or power his house again is expensive. It's expensive, you know. You can't buy fuel in your car, you can't buy for a generator. So it's really bad. Since we came here, we spent like 10 years here. 10 months, sorry. By the grace of God, we spent 10 years and beyond. We've not experienced that they took lights. They took lights. So what's happened?
Hello.
The light is always, it's constant. You turn on your light, it's there. It's as constant as the air. You are very, very sure that you're going to breathe air, Abby. That is how constant it is. The only time there was power outage was when there was snowstorm, and it wasn't even in my house. It didn't happen in my house. I was in a neighbor's house that day, like some blocks away from my house. So it was really stormy that day. It was windy. So they gave them alert that they were going to take their light for like 45 minutes. There was going to be power outage. And the light actually went off. And within less than 30 minutes, the light came back. That was the first time. In fact, the children were, it was like almost 6 p.m. It was getting dark. The children were like, Mom, no lights. Where's the light? As in, and once the light went off, it disrupted a lot of things. You can't cook. Your internet is down. You know, it is so connected to a lot of things that you can't even live without it. Talking about security of life and property. Proud to when we left Nigeria. The fear we always have, like traveling, you can't even travel like you want, the way you want to travel, or go out anytime you want to, like the time you want to travel, like your properties, your house, you're going out, you're coming back, you're scared, you're looking at your rear mirror to see, hope nobody is following you. Your children at school, you're scared they shouldn't go and kidnap them. It was so rampant that time, the fear was too much. Even you won't decide that you want to even use plane safe. From your house to the airport safe, you're not even safe. Not to talk of, not talk of now traveling from, like, we're in Sokoto, we want to travel to Sokoto to Abuja by road. Lie, you cannot even try it. Apart from the fact that it's far, you may just want to do a road trip or something. Lie, you cannot even try it because of what? People are not even scared again about accidents or armed robbers. It's kidnappers they are scared of. There is no security. Everybody is scared. Today you hear they kidnapped this one. Tomorrow you hear they broke into this house. Next tomorrow you hear this one. But we came here and everything is different. Everything is different. Anytime you can decide to take your car and travel. Any time of the night. Don't go to the road. You can decide to take your car to go anywhere you want to go. You don't have any fear. You can decide to go on a trip, come back in the midnight. Nothing will happen. No, you're not scared of somebody robbing you, stopping you, or kidnapping you. No fear. You're going to sleep. If you like, lock your door. If you like, don't. You're secured. You know that if you call 911 within minutes, they are here. Is it Nigeria that you call Nigerian police? Which number are you even going to call? Who will answer you? Who is going to answer you? It's so secure here. You can leave your kids to play anywhere. You can go anywhere. You can allow them to go to playground. You are sure that everywhere is safe. That leads you to even have rest of mind. You have peace of mind that my family is secure. My family is safe. I can sleep with my 2 eyes closed. Do you know what it means to to sleep with your 2 eyes closed? You are not scared. Proud to come in here. Proud to come in, especially when we had bought tickets and few people had already known we were coming. We're so scared. My kids, I told them to stop going to school. They had to stay home because I cannot shout. Before they think that somebody has hammered and is relocating to Canada, we're all scared. If we hear any noise like this in the night, we'll wake up. What happened? What happened? Any noise we hear in the night, we'll be like, they have come. We're so scared. Everybody is just watching his back. We want the security. We're not expecting visitors though. Any visitor that is coming must call. Because we're staying in an apartment of 4 flats. I specifically told him, anybody coming into the compound to tell you where school's flat, then call the people in the flat. If they're not picking their call, the person is not entering. Person must confirm that yes, is expecting people. We're so scared. It was that scary, Unlike in this place, it's safe. Everywhere, everybody is minding his business. You are sure that your life is secure. You are sure that everything is safe. You can call the police at any time. They will come. You even see them patrolling. They are just at your fingertip. It's just the only thing you just need to do is just to give them a call and then they'll come. Everything is organized. They have your details. You don't even need to even give them your address or anything. From your calling itself, they already know where you're calling from, and before you know it, they are here. And these are just human beings, normal human beings. Nobody say they get too head for here. Corruption too much for Nigeria. If not, what is there that we cannot do? Look at the heavy money they release every time in budget for security. Where is the security in Nigeria? It is not secured at all. At all, it is not secured. We came here with the mentality of fear. It's recently we started allowing our son to go out to play in the playground on his own. He wants to ride bicycle. If he wants to go and ride bicycle, we'll tell him we must follow you. You can't go alone. But notice that it's summer. Most people leave their kids, they go out to the playground and come back, Even if you're scared of that a car may hit him on the road or something, that one is another department alone. The way they drive in this place, they are sane. Pedestrians, they are kings in this place. You cannot see children playing on the road and you're speeding. You reduce your speed. There are playgrounds, there are school areas that they will mark it that you can't drive more than 30 kilometers on this road. By default, they already know. By default, they drive very, very slow. The first week we came, we're using taxi. You will notice the taxi reach a particular place, you'll be crawling, you'll be driving less than 20 kilometers. What's wrong with this one? We do not really understand. Or you see children crossing, pedestrian crossing, or they're crossing the road, you stop. It just goes by default way. We don't even have that fear anymore. So allow him to go and play. Yeah, there's no perfect system. I'm not saying drivers don't run over children and all that. They do, but it is minimal. It is so minimal. These children, it's so minimal that it's so minimal that you are so sure that your child is secure, is safe. So there's safety here, there's peace of mind, You have time to even think of your life, to coordinate yourself. You're not scared of anything. You're not scared. You can leave your things, your property. You can leave your car. There's still cars. There's still cars here. Of course they do. But how the thing is, how often? How often does it happen? You get? So you don't have that fear. You are not living in fear. Before we left, I remember one time that we were attacked by robbers in our house. It affected my husband so much that it took him years to be able to come out of that trauma. Any small noise like this in the night, my husband would jump up. He would jump up. They've come. It took him time. The robbers came in, they stole from us, they beat us. We were even scared that they shouldn't even rape me then, So it's really sad. It's when you relocate that you get to know that we're not okay in Nigeria. We're not sane in Nigeria at all. Nigeria is not a sane place. We need to get our act right. We need to get our act right in Nigeria. We're not okay. We're not normal. The life we're living is not a normal life. It's not. And the people in government, our leaders, they know. They know very well. They come to all these advanced countries for holidays. They have properties here. They know how things operate here. But to go and replicate it at home, they will not. Because of what? Their selfish reason, their selfish interest. Over here, the government pays families. You have children, they pay you money every month, depending on the number of children you have. They pay you, they have your record. We came in, and within the first 2-3 months, we're not paid because we just came in, like our documentation was not complete. But I tell you, the first day we started receiving money, they paid arrears from the first day we landed this country. We didn't need to do anything, just normal submitting application. We didn't need to follow anybody, call anybody, Everything just comes by default. You get money, you get different money that you're not even expecting. Affordability check or climate change check, or they'll just send money to you for the fact that maybe inflation is okay. Use this money to beef up inflation. Rent assists. Apart from the fact that the government over here is helping you to pay your rent, once in a while they will send checks to you, one-time payments. Have you ever received money from government like that? Have you ever received money from Nigerian government? It's when we relocated that I got to know that such things even is supposed to be happening. It was a shock to me. You're not even expecting it to just come. You don't need to lobby. You don't need to know somebody in the ministry of this and that. It just comes. So it really baffles us that such a thing cannot be replicated in our country. We just hope and pray that in the nearest future, at least, things will get better. We cannot say we'll abandon Nigeria. Nigeria is still our home. Even though you come to Canada, you go to UK, get citizenship and all that, it's now home. Africa is still our home. Nigeria is still our home. But the way it is going, people, if you tell, it's really sad. It's really, really sad. We have people over there, a lot of people asking you that, how did you do it? I beg, come and put us through. We want to relocate. So how did you do it? Come and put us through. Congratulations. It's like I will even turn to immigration person self, because the number of people that come to me to ask how they do it, I'm like, you said you want to Japan. Why are you going to stay in Nigeria and be? Say, people you don't even expect. People in good places. People in all walks of life. They want to leave because it's no longer easy. Things are getting worse. And every time we keep thanking God that thank God we left the time we left. Thank God we left Nigeria the time we left. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I've been talking a lot. Another thing is the issue of job in Nigeria. You see someone that has a job, like a solid job, so it's hard. Yeah, people get jobs, but how easy is it for you to get a job like a graduate? See the graduate that we churn out every year from the university, every year. Do we have enough jobs for them? Yeah, there's no country that is perfect that has job for everybody, but our own is too much. How many of our younger ones that have graduated, no job? They did beautiful courses in the university, wasted their time, plus ASU strike, school fees, wahala, every. They studied, they graduated with very good grades. They come out, they cannot get jobs. It's not obtainable in advanced countries like we're in Canada here. There are jobs, any type of job you want. There are some that you need to get license, you need to upskill, you need to go to school to get those jobs. But the basic job, like what they call survival job, what do you guys call survival job? Is the job that is here. I came here within 2 weeks, we got job. This is my 10th month here, and I've changed job. This is my third job. I'm going to be resuming my third job very soon. That is the dream job, like I've been wanting to do since I came to Canada, and I've gotten the job. I needed to get some experience, get some skills and all that, and I was able to apply for the job, and I got it. Anybody that comes into the country within the first 2 weeks, you get job. If you are waiting for that kind of white collar job, like the job you're doing in Nigeria and all that, you may not get it immediately. People do get, but it's not guaranteed. You get other jobs you could do, customer care, work from home, you could work in restaurants, you could work in supermarkets, you could work anywhere. They pay minimum wage. If you haven't living on your minimum wage, it's enough for you to survive with your family. There's jobs everywhere. Why can't the government create jobs for people? It's so bad that it's in this place, the way jobs are generated for people, it is very hard for you to sit there and say you don't have job to do. You get, because no matter what job you're doing, there's dignity in it in this place. Even if it is snow you're packing, or you're cleaning the streets, or you're sweeping somewhere, or there is dignity. You may even be earning the same salary as somebody working in a corporate organization here. True. So imagine somebody got a job let's say in a production factory, in a factory. He's more or less doing production work, like labor job, labor. They're paying him $19.10. Let's say $19, which will increase after 3 months after training. You get $22. Then somebody else got a job in a bank, maybe financial advisor, trainee. You will be surprised that you will be earning the same money with that person. So why would I disrespect your job? I was in customer care work from home. My salary was $15 per hour. Meanwhile, somebody doing labor job is doing $19 per hour. Somebody working in a restaurant, like in a McDonald's or in a Burger King, is earning the same $15 with you. So tell me why you disrespect. And that is minimum wage, and that person is surviving. You see the cars they even park. You see the car somebody parks, to do, maybe he working in McDonald's, for example. The car he parks in is a very big car. They are okay, comfortable. The basic means of necessity, you get it. Unlike in Nigeria, that once you're a sales girl or they disrespect you. They look down on you that this one is the money is not even enough for you for even transportation. Imagine they're paying you 30,000, especially now. What is 30,000? How much is fuel? It's so bad. It's really, really sad. I have younger ones. I have a younger one that graduated, did agric. He studied agric. In fact, he almost finished with the first class. If not that, he has not been able to get a job. He's teaching in a secondary school. How much is his salary? For how many years? This is like the third year. It's not obtainable. It cannot happen here. You went to school. Again, that they don't even really go to school. Like they drop out, maybe high school. They drop out in high school and all that. They're still doing good jobs. Not talk of the one that decided to now work, like to go to school, to study and all that. They are the ones that get the 6-figure jobs. It's really, really sad when you hear things happening back home. It's really, really sad. Politics, you will see they're doing election in this place. The way they even do their election, you will see maybe the person contesting is somebody you just see on the street. You pass himself, like the mayor of this Winkler of where I'm staying right now. There was an occasion, and we didn't even know we were even sitting on the same row with him until when they introduced him to come and make a speech. He came alone with his family, like, kini big deal. Not you even know he's an anybody self. He was sitting down wearing normal shirt. Is it obtainable in Nigeria? Ordinary counselor, they give you counselor. They don't get all the bodyguard for this world. So why won't people struggle and hustle to be in politics? Here, if you want to be in politics, you are ready to serve the people. You need to even see where they are doing their what do they call it, like sharing their mandates and all. You need to see what they say, how they say it. You need to see how people criticize them for what they say they're going to do, they did not do it. Is it obtainable in Nigeria? Once they enter chicken and that's all, nobody cares about the promises they've made and all that. Politics here is you're coming to serve the country. You're coming to serve to serve the people. Unlike in Nigeria, it is a game of, that is why you see people chasing around people that are contesting, so that when they enter like this, they're made for. They can never be poor in their life. That is not supposed to be how it is. That is the reason why things are the way they are in Nigeria. It's really, really sad, like the issue of healthcare now. Just a few days ago, our last born, my younger brother, lost his second child. As in, this is the second child he'll be losing. They don't have any other child. The guy died of malaria. In fact, Nigeria is synonymous with malaria? For how many years have we been battling with malaria and we've not been able to get solution to it? For how long? How can people still be dying of malaria? I was even telling my friend over here that my nephew died of malaria, and she's like, malaria? You mean there's no vaccine yet? Is there vaccine for it? I'm like, vaccine. But when we came to Canada, malaria followed us for the next 3-4 months. It was still in our body. We had to take anti-malaria drugs to this place so that when we are sick, we take it until God has finally removed it from our system by God's grace. Malaria, what is there that Nigeria cannot resolve if it is not our selfish interest? You know, it is selfishness. If it's not because of corruption, the issue of malaria should be the thing of the past. There are mosquitoes here too now. There are mosquitoes here when I'm sitting down. There are mosquitoes, but they don't give malaria. They do not. It's a normal, mosquitoes are normal insects, or what would I call it? It's a normal thing. But for the fact that they cause malaria, in Nigeria, in Africa, it is something that is supposed to have been combated for a very long time. How? It's really sad, He went to they took the boy to the hospital, and he was actually purging, stooling, he had malaria, all joined. They took him to the hospital around like 1 a.m. and they didn't admit him, he had lost a lot of fluid and all that. Shortly after, like some hours after, that was when the guy gave up the ghost. He died. I was like, why didn't they admit this boy to give him drip? What happened? Probably one nurse over there is angry that they came to wake her up in the night. I was really mad. I was mad. The same thing happened to his first child. The wife was about to give birth. She was already experiencing labor. The water had already started breaking. The bottom line is that she went to the hospital. We took her to the hospital. This lady is in labor. They didn't check her well. They didn't really check her. They told her to go home. You know how they'll tell you to go home and come back. When the labor starts, you come back. By the time she went back home, the baby died in her womb. By the time they rushed her back to the hospital, well, you're dry now.
Can I go to the toilet?
Yeah, sit there, the restroom. By the time we rushed her back to the hospital, what did they say? They said the fluid in the tummy had emptied and the baby died. So what happened the time we brought her? You people did not check her to see that there was no more fluid in her womb. That was how this woman gave birth to a stillborn. Imagine as a woman pushing out a baby that you know is dead. This woman passed through hell. And now for the second time, God gave her another baby, and this baby died again of malaria. It's really, really sad, It's terrible. I'm not saying people don't die of sickness here or something, but before the person, you shall know that, yes, they tried. Like, this is a life and death situation, It's not a case of, like, malaria. This is something, or typhoid, or this is something that has been in existence for how many years? How come we've not been able to find solution to it? Malaria in pregnant women, when we're in Nigeria, there's no week or every 2 weeks that you will not see one person in our house will have either malaria or typhoid. We're always going to the hospital. But it's different over here. It's different. The only time you just have my tummy is paining me, my head is paining me, normal, but that you don't even need to go to the hospital. I've been talking a lot and it's time to go. 1 more minute.
Yes,
Let's go. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Tell them to like and subscribe.
X and XX.
So are you going to change? You change, then go to Walmart and go home.
What?
To get their ice cream.
Come on. And I use it for some bit. Are you trying to read soon? Are you trying to read soon?
Look at that, I cannot use it.